Good morning, everybody. So today, have one medium weight. We'll do things like wood chops and bent over rows with a rotation, and then have one heavier one that we'll do for we'll do goblet squats. We'll do single leg deadlifts and some other things that you want a heavier option. Plant one of those at the top of your mat. We use it as a bit of a balance in the warm-up as we'll do a little bit of yoga. So let's go ahead and just get started on our hands and knees. Warm up the back a little bit. Cat and cow. So drop your belly, raise your tailbone on your head, and reverse that. Now, come back to the middle. Take your right hand, raise it to the sky, stretch, thread it through. And you can get a little extra stretch on the bottom there. Three times each side. Once you've done that side, switch to the other side. Next, go ahead and come up onto your knees in 90-90, and let's just lunge forward. Get a nice stretch in the ankle, front ankle, back hip. Doesn't matter which leg you start with. Come back to standing, and now let's put a little bit of force in here. So I want you to pull your heel towards your knee towards your heel. So let's activate that front hip, activate that glute and hamstring. Relax. Let's do that again. Let's pull these towards one another. You won't see much movement, but hopefully you feel it. Relax. One more time. Pull. Relax. Go ahead and sit back. Stretch out that front hamstring. And now into a lunge. So raise that back knee. If my left foot is forward, I'm going to keep my right hand down and twist. Back down, other side. 5 times. Rock forward. Up tall, and we squeeze. So now my right hamstring is really engaged, front of my left hip, relax. Again, squeeze. Relax. Squeeze. Relax, and sink back. Forward into a nice lunge. And then twist towards your forward leg. hands come to standing, and we'll do some squats and some good mornings. So just get some nice, full range of motion squats in. Go down as low as you like. I'm trying to get lots of movement here. Seven, we'll go to 10, 8, 9, 10. Move around in any other way you need. And now let's do some good morning. So remember, this is a tip of the hip, continuing to wake up hamstrings and glutes. We'll do 10. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Now to help me practice my yoga teaching and for a bit more of a warm-up, we'll do a little yoga sequence, and it's going to include some balancing, and that's why I suggested having something at the front that you can put your can put your hand on a weight. I've got a kettlebell, that's absolutely perfect, a yoga block. So let's go ahead and just get started at the front of the mat, standing tall. This is mountain pose. Now open up into warrior two. So that means that your front knee is bent, your back leg is behind you, and your toes are turned out at about 45 degrees. Now, so I've got my left leg forward. Take your left elbow, place it on your left knee, and then reach your arm up. This is called side angle. Nice stretch down the side of your body. Come back up and reverse your warrior. So front palm is up and lean back. Come back through, back to side angle, and here we're going to get a little bit of balance in. So put the weight on that front leg. You can grab your, in my case, the kettlebell, and stand in half moon. Hold here for a moment. Get that balance. Can you put a little less weight in your hand? And now with control, step back to warrior two. Reverse your warrior, and then windmill your arms down. High plank, down to the ground. Back bend. Then raise your hips in downward dog. Pedal that out a little bit. And then walk or hop your hands up and drop into a low squat. Let's rise, and we'll do that on the other side. So step back, hand turns out. Side angle. Reverse your warrior. Back to side angle. And now forward into half moon. Try to open up your hips so your hips are running along the wall rather than tipped down. Back with control to warrior two. Reverse your warrior, and down through the ground. Don't whack your head on your kettlebell like I just did. Upward and now down dog. Look to your hands, upper step to the front, low lunge, low squat. Feels good for the hips. Stand tall, open to warrior two. Side angle, good side stretch. Reverse your warrior. Back to side angle. Lean forward. Open up to half moon. Can you get your, wow, okay. Can you get your legs nice at 90 degrees? Can you get your arms in one straight line? Your hips open. And now with control, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Windmill the arms down. High plank, low plank. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Look to your hands. Hopper step to the front of the mat. Low squat. Stand tall. Open to warrior two. Side angle. Reverse your warrior. Side angle again. Weight goes to the front leg. Reach for that block or weight. I can do better here when I'm not looking at the screen, it turns out. With control, back to warrior two. Reverse. Throw. Lower down. Lift. Upward facing dog. Look at your hands. Upper step forward. Low squat. Use your elbows to open up your knees a bit. And now we'll get into weights. So we'll do the first exercise will be a goblet squat. So if you have a dumbbell, you can hold it in front of your chest. We'll then set the weight aside, get it out of your way to do those broad jumps. I think we've done 5 before. Let's up it. Let's do 6 today. Then we'll do staggered stance or single leg deadlifts. So what we've been doing is this. So back leg's a bit of a kickstand, and we lift. If you can raise your leg, keep your hips pretty close in one line, keep your toe pointed down to the ground. Try that as, you can try single leg. And then we will do standing oblique crunches and a bit of calf raises. We'll do both, but we'll start with standing oblique crunches. So heavy weights in my right hand, dip, use the obliques to pull you back upright. We'll run through that whole sequence 3 times, not 5 times. Goodness, that would be a lot. So go ahead and get set up in your goblet squat. In 3, 2, 1, let's squat. Use whatever foot position works for you. Just make sure your knees are tracking over your feet. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Set that off to the side because you don't want to hit it as you jump. Do the 6 jumps and then finish with the rest of the time with air squats. Ready? And go. Just walk back. Make sure you're catching yourself at the front. If you want to keep going the full 40 seconds on these, I will not stop you. Last few seconds, and that was that. That took up 40 seconds. Let's get set up for single leg or staggered stance deadlifts. I'll do the first set, staggered stance. So tip down, glutes engaged, and let's pull. Remember not to round the back. This is not a back exercise. Over halfway. And rest. Other side next. Remember, you want a nice tip in the hip. Back leg is just for a little bit of balance. And go. Less than 10 seconds. Rest. Oblique side bends next. Feet about hips distance apart. And so let the weight drop down and then use your strength to pull it back up. Good for grip strength. Gives you a bit of a stretch. And then you need to control the movement. Rest. We'll do that on the other side, and then we'll cycle through twice more. Maybe take a little side bend back and forth. Oblique side bend. Other side, go. So you want to have your shoulders not be tipping. Have your shoulders be straight, your hips be straight. So it's really as if you're, like you had a pane of glass in front and behind you. And you're just moving, just dropping over to the side. And rest. Okay. Back through. Goblet squats are next. If you like your weight, awesome. If you need to change, go for it. Grab that weight. Hold it up at your chest. Go. 40 seconds. Crack. You hear my knee? Rest. Step away side. So it took me about 40 seconds to do 6 broad jumps. But if you finish sooner, air squats until I call time. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Now, if you've got a good long space, you don't need to keep going back and forth. You can just jump down the length of the room you're in. Obviously, I'm trying to stay here on the mat. Three, 2, 1. Rest. Set up for single leg or staggered stance deadlifts. I'm going to try a single leg. We'll see how this goes. 3, 2, 1, go. That front foot, you should have pressure in the heel, the ball of the feet all the way across, especially that big toe and pinky toe. Three, 2, 1, rest. Get ready for the other side. Let's go. If you prefer to do this with 2 weights in your hands, totally good. 1 puts you a little more off balance, so a bit more of a balance challenge. Three, 2, 1, rest. So this round, we'll do oblique side bends to the right, and then calf raises. Next round, to the left, and then calf raises. Don't want to forget our calves. Okay, grab your weight, go. I never know what to do with this hand. Whatever works for you. Sometimes it can be nice to have a little counterbalance. You can rest it on your hip. Just let it hang. Just remember you've got those panes of glass in front and behind. So it's a very side to side movement only. Weight. Try to keep it evenly distributed. Rest. Now calf raises. Do you want to hold on to your weight. This will be with both legs, so you can probably hold on to a bit more weight than if it was just one. We go in 3, 2, 1. Go at your own pace. Recommend a nice tight squeeze at the top. You can make it even harder if you're very slowly descending. Three, 2, 1, rest. Last time through, back to the top, goblet squats. Get set up. Let's go. Can you come up with a bit more force? Ten seconds to go. Rest. Set that aside. Last time we're jumping, not a ton of plyo today. But that means make it count. How much spring can you get? How much control can you have when you stop? Let's make these really pretty. Broad jumps. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Last time through with deadlifts. Catch your breath a little. Get set up. And go. Remember, if you're doing single leg, hips are in line, toe points to the ground. Back does not round. Over halfway. Three, 2, 1, rest. Okay, other side. Let's go. You can see my ankle wobbling a little bit. That's all normal. Don't lock that standing knee. Have a little gentle bend. Three, 2, 1, rest. So last time with the oblique, side bends, have it in your left hand now. set up. And bend. You should feel these muscles very much firm, in control. And rest. Okay? Calf raises, last set. Like to hold on to something a bit. We go in 3, 2, 1. Can you just envision those beautiful upside down heart-shaped muscles developing in your calves? Three, 2, 1, rest. Okay, you can put that heavy weight away. So next up we'll be on the ground. We'll do mostly core, but a little bit of extra stuff, some new things we haven't done before. This is a very interesting move. This is called toy soldier. So on your knees, feet are flat behind you. You're going to lean back. So this works your quads, and this is actually very good for your knees. So we'll do a little bit of, ooh, how far can you go? Some wave, and then towards the end, we'll hold. So the further back you go, the harder it is. Then into some planks, we'll do these spider planks, we'll do standard planks, some hip dips, and then we'll finish each round with some back extensions. So let's go ahead and get started with our toy soldiers. So up, now pull back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. And now we're going to go back and hold to the end of time, 15 seconds. Can you go back a little further? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel that, huh? So we'll go through a full minute of plank stuff. So up in high plank. Let's throw in a push-up. Back to high plank. Now bring that right knee to the right elbow. And on the other side, 20 seconds, then we're down on the ground. Oh, okay. On the ground, raise up, You're using not your hands, but your back to pull you off the ground. Over halfway, glutes are engaged, lower back is very strong. Three, two, one, rest. Okay, we'll go through that twice more. So up on your knees, dip back, and come forward. Back, and forward. Back, and forward. And now back and hold. We hold to the end, 20 seconds total. Whew. If you need a little, you can have your weight out for counterbalance, your arms out for the counterbalance, but try not to. 5, 4, can you go a little further? 3, 2, 1. Okay, rest. Go ahead and get ready to be in high plank in 3, 2, 1. Down to forearm plank. Now dip those hips. Dip the right hip down, the left hip down. Right, left. Keep going like you're swooping your hips over a basketball. Now hold in high plank and forearm plank. Up to high plank. Down to forearm plank. Up to high plank. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. And drop. Right into lotus. So chest and legs are off the ground. Arms reaching behind you. You're engaged your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, all pulling you up. We're here for another 10. 3, 2, 1, rest. One more time through that. What do you think of those toy soldiers? Let's go. Pull back. And forward. If these, just get a bit leaning back so you're feeling it in your quads. Okay, and we're gonna go back and we're gonna hold for 20. Want to make it harder? Further back, arms over your head. Your whole body should be in a straight line. Knees to shoulders. 3, 2, 1, rest. Oh. Yeah, deceptively hard. Okay. Back up into high plank. Lower the knees, hover them, bear plank. Oh, I can feel these in my quads now after toy soldiers. Down to low plank, and we're gonna saw back and forth. So bring your body forward, bring it back. Five, four, three, two, one. On your belly, lift up your legs, lift up your chest, arms out in a T. Pull your elbows in, arms in a W. Arms ahead in a Y. Out to a T. Pull them back to a W. Last 10 seconds, hold in a Y. Can you get everything a little higher? Rest. Whew. Good work. All right. One more round of strength work, and then we can get some nice stretching in. So grab a medium weight. I'm going to start with 10, and I'll see if I feel up for 15 in the next set. So we will do twice through each side. First, everybody's favorite, Bulgarian split squats. Second, wood chops, so wide stance, like you're chopping an axe. And then lastly, hand on your, so my left leg is forward, my left elbow is on my left knee, and we row up, we rotate, and we press. And we'll do all that for 40 seconds. Let's see. Trying to think where to put this so I can see it for the Bulgarian split squats, because I definitely don't want to overshoot on that one. So go ahead and get set up in your Bulgarian split squats. If you don't have anything to put your back leg on, just rest it. Just you'll do staggered stance, and everybody will be jealous because it will be less painful for you. So I've got my back leg up. I'm standing on my left. My right leg is back. Nice stretch in the right hip. And let's go. Dip and back up. You do not need a weight if this is enough with the body weight. Try to keep everything tracking straight, not waddling all over the place. So knees over toe, hip is behind the knee. Less than 10. Three, two, one, rest. Okay, set up for wood chops. So feet nice and wide. Hold it in a way you're happy with. Bring that axe above your head and chop. Nice and controlled. Good wide swing. You're getting at least 180 degrees side to side. Imagine you are chopping wood. Change. Okay. Whatever leg you were working in your Bulgarian split squat. For me, it's my left. That's what's forward. Left elbow is resting. And go. Pull up, twist, press overhead. You could do a bent over row with a lot more weight if you didn't have the twist, but we're getting some rotation in here today. Ten seconds to go. And change. Okay. That side done, halfway done. Now to the other side. So set up for your Bulgarian split squat. We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to stand up nice and tall. So you're just sinking straight down. Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, rest. Now we go to wood chops, the other side. I'm right-handed, so I would be chopping it the way we did it first. This is not the way, so this feels weird, but let's go anyways. Rest. Whew. Get set up for bent over rows with rotation. We go in 3, 2, 1. Pull, rotate, press. Rest. Okay. We have a total of 4 more minutes of work. We go through that again each side. So go ahead and get set up for your Bulgarian split squat. And go. Halfway. Really good to build single leg strength. Because what are we doing when we climb a mountain other than lots of single leg squats? 3, 2, 1, rest. Get set up for wood chops. I went one heavier. It was a little too light last time. But nothing wrong with testing and not breaking yourself from the very first one. Try to go. Last one. Change. Get set up for that row, rotate, press. We go in 3, 2, 1. Row, rotate, press. Ten seconds to go. Rest. Okay. 2 more minutes of work. Get set up for your last round of Bulgarian split squats. 3, 2, 1, go. Feeling these. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, rest. Wood chops. In the other direction. Feel that. All right, let's get set up. And we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1, rest. Okay, last exercise. And then we have a nice stretch. Get set up. And go. Row, rotate, press, and reverse. 10 seconds. Last one. And rest. Good job. Now, let's just relax. So, take your feet, catch your breath first, and take your feet nice and wide. Little bend in the knees, tip of the hip, round the spine down, and just relax down. Nice stretch of the hamstrings. Nice stretch of the back. Let gravity lengthen your spine. Place that left hand down. Rotate up to the right. Feel that in your left adductor. Nice twist in your back. Back to the center. Hang. Plant the right hand, other direction. Find the hands down, come to the front. Good runner's lunge. Keep that right hand down, twist up to the left. Come back, plant your left hand inside your left foot, and twist the other way. Walk around to the other side of your mat, same thing. Runner's lunge. Feel that through that hip. Plant the left hand, rotate over your right leg. And reverse. Okay, back up. If you can do pigeon, which is, you put your knee down, legs crossed in front of you. You can do this. Let's do this. If not, be on your back in the figure 4 stretch we do. So we're getting at our glutes right here. You can move around a little. I'll see people in a yoga class whose hips are straight on the ground. They are fully laying down. That's not quite me. And next move, if you've got it. Again, if not, just stay in figure 4. Raise that back leg. And can you grab onto it? So now, my left glute and abductor, my right hip, my right quad, all, bit of back bend, all getting a nice stretch. Come out of that. Back to, downward dog. And other side. Plant that right knee down. And if you've got it, lift that back leg. Ooh, I may not have it today. And go ahead and reach. If you can just lift the leg, that works too. You don't need to grab it. and release, and we're done. Thanks everyone.